When it comes to grief, we've been told there are 5 stages: denial, anger, bargaining, depression, and acceptance. But for those grieving the loss of a loved one after an overdose death, it's much harder to pass through the stages of grief, because unlike deaths caused by illness or natural causes, those dealing with an OD face social stigma and shame.
It really does have a profound effect on bereaved people because people are judgmental about the way their person died. And that makes a lot of difference in how people are treated and in how people feel about their own grief.
We don't have a culture that has grief rituals in it as much as many other cultures in the world do. So now you have a double-edged sword. You have both the fact that Americans don't deal with grief, and you have the stigmatization.
I think that the stigma has been a very large part of people holding back. And it's hard for those that have not been enveloped within this to gather the realization that this is a hard thing to deal with.
It is a really tough situation, and when you add the stigma into it, you really take away that ability for someone to find what they need to find.
To combat these stigmas, a group called SAD OD was formed. Through a partnership with Learn to Cope and the Cape Cod Community College's Wellness Office, they presented an educational film and community forum to let people know they're not alone.
Well, tonight we're going to have the first community forum in Massachusetts on grief after a death from substance use. So it is an event that will bring the public into the conversation about the aftermath of deaths from overdose and other deaths that are related to substance use. And at the heart of it will be a new film from Paraclete Press called Among the Many. And that is basically interviews with experts and with people who are bereaved by a death from substance use that covers that topic in an educational way.
For a variety of different reasons, you're all here. And I thank you all for taking the time to come out, because truthfully, it's all of us who are going to change the stigma around this.
Knowing that we are not alone is one of the most powerful things to help us not just heal, but to get through the hard parts where it really is very painful and sometimes a pretty long slog to start getting on your feet again. And if you're not alone, that makes all the difference in the world.
It's okay to express what you feel, and stigma is something that we're still living with, but we hope that it becomes more eradicated as time goes by.
Change, when you talk about something like stigma, it doesn't occur overnight. It occurs one person at a time, it occurs one event at a time, it occurs by people talking about it. Great quote from the Mr. Rogers movie, and he says that death is normal, and anything normal is mentionable, and anything mentionable is manageable. And so I believe that that's what we're trying to do, is make this manageable.
If you'd like to learn more about SAD OD, you can email them at moreinfo@sadod.org. In West Barnstable, for Cape Media News, I'm Gabrielle Rosson.